I find it kind of funny. I look at the lead singer from All American Rejects from I'll Give You Hell. I do look like that guy. So this is my top 10 movies of 2019. This is like, finally, I did it. It's late. It's like mid-January now. But I was like late on some movies, like Won't You Be My Neighbor and JoJo's Rabbit and Midsummer. I did not watch them right away. So I watched them and let them sit for a while, see if I like it. Some made it on my list. It changed a little bit. So let's go with some like sad mentions. Like this is my not like sad. Like this is my first. I feel sorry for this movie. It's only one. It's The Rise of Skywalker. This is not going on my list. I feel sad for this movie. Like it could have been better. It really could have been better. Now there's like rumors about like it having like the director's cut. I don't know if it's true. The movie we got could have been the movie we got, like the theatrical one, or unless there is a director's cut or something like that. I don't really know. At this point, there could be scenes on DVD. I guess you can make a director's cut out of that, but who knows? That's some. Yeah, it's not honorable mentions. It's not just honorable mentions. It's just sad mentions. So on my honorable mentions, it's Booksmart's Toy Story. The two Captain Marvels, I think a lot of these movies could have been like a little bit better, or Toy Story almost made it to my top 10, but I pushed it back a bit. So the two movies I think that should have been like a little bit better are Captain Marvel and Shazam. I think they're arguing sequels and they do have a chance to improve themselves to make it on my whatever list of whatever year, possibly in the future. Marriage Story, I think was really great. It was on my list, but after I saw Jojo Rabbit and Won't You Be My Neighbor, it got pushed back. And like Crawl as well. I think it was a great horror movie. It's a great B movie. It's a bunch of alligators trying to eat people. And even Midsummer as well, a great honorable mention B movie or so whatever. It did make me want to throw up at the end if you've seen that movie and you know what it's about. It's like it's good, but it's like it's not. It's like it could make it way if it was a little bit more, I guess, helpful at the end. Okay, let's get into some shit right now. Dishonor mentions, quick dishonor mentions. Uh, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. What the hell? That was boring. It was boring. Really was boring. I never like felt like very sad. Like I felt sad for like when I walk out the Rise of Skywalker, but I felt like really depressed. This is not what I thought was going to be. Like, as the critics were saying, like, oh, monsters, they're just fighting. I just saw what I saw from the last one, but even more boring. I really am disappointed by this movie. I don't see what people are saying. Like, it's just like they cut away from the monsters way too much, and you see them like in the background, and it's just like annoying. Really had a problem with that movie. And then there's Men in Black International. It's not a great Men in Black sequel. Men in Black sequel. I was really excited to see Tessa Thompson in that movie, and like maybe she can like make her own Men in Black series movie. Well, at least we have Thor, Love and Thunder for her to be in. Maybe I really wanted her to be the female Thor, but since Jane Foster's coming back, Natalie Portman, uh, it's fine. I want to see more of her. Let's see more of Valkyrie. I hope we get a standalone Valkyrie movie. She's really good. That's why I like that character. And I really like Tessa Thompson. Like, I want to see more of her. Like, cool. She's cool. Oh yeah, Terminator: Dark Fate. That's a movie that came out. Why? This is like Terminator franchise doesn't need to be a franchise. What? Why did it's like a soft reboot? Like the Force Awakens it, but it made it made the whole entire franchise worse. Instead of like, hey, it's like an homage to it, and like it's an homage to Terminator 1 and 2, but it's like, what? They killed John Connor. No spoilers for this movie. You don't really care about it, so you shouldn't see it here if you haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna try not to spoil like my top 10 best movies. So this is like the only spoilers that like, if I hate the movies, I'm gonna spoil them. Like Godzilla King of the Monsters, that was actually not that spoilerish. I think I described it the way it should describe. I should describe it. The way I describe it sounds like the way I describe it. It's boring. Closer to that movie, I had a bad feeling about something. Like I was excited, and I got my excitement got lower and lower and lower. I'll also put Frozen 2 on this. It was very like underwhelming, anticlimactic. No villain, that's for sure. It makes the movie boring for nothing. Like you have the heroes, but you don't have the villain. And so it kind of is a villain, but he's the grandfather, and the grandfather's dead. I don't understand. So let's talk about something positive now instead of something negative. So my number 10 movie is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. I thought this was better than Toy Story. I thought it was a lot quieter for a kids movie. There's not like a lot of like kids movie tropes like fart jokes and stuff like that. I did hate what's his name? I keep forgetting the one actor's name. The guy's in the Deadpool franchise. Weasel, the guy that plays Weasel for Deadpool. I forgot his name already. His actual name. I know it, but it's not. It's on the tip of my tongue. I guess I can Google it, but I don't want to Google it. But he's a character that got annoying for me in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. But everything else was good in that movie. It was when the dragons are around, it's very quiet and it's peaceful. I think children will probably find this movie boring, or not. They just see the dragons acting like cats. So yeah, they act like cats in this movie. That's why I like it so much. And like how these translate to another animal, and even though they are these wild beasts. And it's a great story still. Like all these How to Train Your Dragon movies are really great, and this one was just as great as those other two. And it was really sweet and nice and comforted. And I loved it. Very entertaining. Number 9 is Ready or Not. Now I thought this was a twist on the murder that one person thing. I thought she was gonna the main character was gonna murder all everyone else, but no, I'm trying not to spoil that much, but it's a twist on it, and I love that twist. It is some magic in here. You kind of get that feeling from the trailers, but yeah, it's in it, and it's really great. It's really fun. It's very scareful. You are eerie. It's the eerie scary that I actually like. I like eerie scariness. That's what it has in this movie, and I loved it. It's very special for some parts. You go ugh, no, ouch, ouch, ouch. Can't believe that happened to that person. And overall, it's just great. Next, number 8 is Jojo Rabbit. I love the World War II, Holocaust, Jews hiding in places. I like that. I like that more than the war aspect. The war aspect, and I don't know which one's worse. Is it the Holocaust or the war? Both are very horrible, to say the least. But I can't tell which one's worse. People losing their arms and lives, or just people just losing their lives in general. Well, both make me sick. But this is a fun kind of twist on it. You kind of think about what do kids in that time zone when they're in the right, or the right, is it called the right, or that I got from the Hitler Youth. I was thinking about the Man in High Castle. Is that what they call it? Is it the right? I don't know. I'll Google it more. I watched documentaries about it, and I should know this. Yeah, you wonder. Okay, so back to when you kind of wonder if what do Hitler Youth kids think about Hitler, and this shows it. Do they imagine him? He's kind of the icon in Germany for World War II, and it plays that icon he's a hero, and it's very hilarious to see that. You wouldn't even think that. There's something there was something a little bit like that in the boy with the striped pajamas with the sister, but it was a background kind of thing. But here it's forefront of this kid imaginary Hitler as his icon friend, imaginary friend. And it just plays off a funny laugh because it's just weird. It really is weird, and it's hilariously weird that Hitler is the imaginary friend of this child, and it does play off with a good laugh. And it's still kind of tragic for the boy and for his environment around him if you know the World War II story. So I think everyone knows it. Everyone's been to school, unless you don't pay attention in school. So watch some documentaries on Netflix. So number 7, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I kind of look like Mr. Rogers a little bit right now. Yeah, this is It kind of does play like an episode of Mr. Rogers. That's why I like it so much. From the trailers, you kind of thought it would Mr. Rogers would be the main character, but it's this guy. But and like you still like everyone in the movie, even though like if it's not like a total like direct main character as Mr. Rogers is the main character, and like it really does play like an episode of Mr. Rogers, how like he would like go to like a factory and like you learn about that factory, and it's like you learn about this guy and also learn about Mr. Rogers as well a little bit. If you haven't watched like the documentary, you would see how he interacts, and this is how he interacts in real life. I wish they would have like some more like Mr. Rogers throughout the year as a movie as well. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll see like more of Fred in the future. See ya, Rogers. Number 6, Knives Out, a Rian Johnson movie. I have a Rian Johnson movie in 2017. I have a Rian Johnson movie in 2019. Also, a Taika Waititi movie on my top list in 2017 as well. Thor Ragnarok. Funny. Those two make it back, and none of them do a Star Wars or a Marvel movie. And there's no Star Wars movies list as well. But there's 2 Marvel movies. You find out where they are. And also, Knives Out is another twist on like the mystery genre, like in how Ready or Not was like a twist on the murder genre, and this is a twist on the mystery murder genre. And I really liked it. I thought it was like really entertaining as well. It's like the twist. It's like you're solving it as well, like as like wasn't James Bond, whatever his name is. I can't remember actors' names right now. The guy that plays James Bond, you're like trying to solve it too. It's like, ooh, what's this? What's that? What's that? Ooh, what's like you're like that in the movie theater. Like I really like that movie as well. I should see Knives Out again. Like, I only saw it once. I should see it again. Just like because my brother didn't want to see it too, so he didn't get to see it with me. I saw it with my friend, so I should take him. Water break. So for the top 5, I was like scrambling around them. Like one, actually the top 4, but like I would include the top 5 as well, because I could not know where to place one, because like to me they're all 9.5 out of 10, and they're so good to me. So let's just get to it. So I just wrote them down, and this is how it went. So number 5, Spider-Man Far From Home. This is a summer blockbuster of the ages. I'm trying to burp. Oh. Yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home was like surprising. Like you didn't know about Mysterio. Is he from another world? Is he not? What's happening? And the twist was like he was from here, or was in the real MCU world, and you almost wanted him to be from another world to start the multiverse like stuff. You kind of wanted him to have the multiverse stuff because like of Into the Spider-Verse having had that be a multiverse. Kind of want to have the live action version as well. Like want that to happen, and the shocking was like he was from the real MCU world, and I really loved that. And like the characterization of like him wanting to be his own hero, and also like the realization of like should there be a new Iron Man, should there not, or should he be his own hero, which kind of was in the end, but with the help of like Stark tech stuff, and like it's fine, that part's fine. And him having relationship problems with being a hero and his friends, and like that struggle is even amped up from the last movie, and I love that about the movie. I really thought it was great. From the character, from the action to the drama, everything. Loved it. So number 4, The Lighthouse. Now this movie surprised me. I did not know that I would go watch a black and white movie with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. The future Batman and Green Goblin. There's a crossover. This movie was so good, and like it was an eerie horror movie, and I loved it. I loved how it was like I think I really like, found my thing for horror movie, because I think I like eerie horror movie instead of like staggy horror movie, slasher horror. Like it's just like show all the blood, and like with eerie horror you just like don't know what's gonna be happening, what is happening, and it scares the shit out of you once it happens. That's what it was. And also this movie is kind of funny in a way, or it's not intentional funny. It's just like their environment is funny. Like Willem Dafoe farts in Robert Pattinson's face, and that's like funny because like the close quarters of these two characters, it just ends up being funny, and like it's a very claustrophobic situation they're in, and it just ends up being funny. It's like weird. It's weird. It's funny. They get drunk, fight when they're drunk, and they laugh when they're drunk, and they like. And later on, it's horror, and it blends well together. It takes the time to be funny. It takes time to be a horror movie, and that's what I like about it. That's a good non-spoiler review if you want to check it out. Number 3, 1917. This is like, ooh, which is spectacular. It's the grittiness of it, the war aspect of these two people wanting to stop a attack from the Germans in World War One, or trying to stop their men from going into the field because the Germans have a plan of attack, a secret plan of attack, and they're fooling the British people. The journey of it is just suspenseful, and you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, are these people? If you don't know the history, I don't do World War One history, but now I do because I kind of want to do a little bit more World War One history now after watching this movie. Because all I know about World War One is that like they have the trenches, they had biplanes, noxious gases, poison gases, whatever. That's all I knew. That's all I pay attention to, and like or remember from high school. And I was more interested in World War Two instead, the sequel. That's so bad. It's not a sequel. I'm a moron. It's not a sequel. It just happened because of another awful person, another awful Germany person. Like, if you just think about it, because Germany was in there twice now. Oh well. But yeah, the journey to getting to this one section for the British people, or the British troops to save the British troops, is just suspenseful, and you don't know what's gonna happen. It shocks you. Like this one, like, oh my god, it shocks you, cause I don't want to spoil it. Spoiler. If you know the history, if you know the history, you don't know if one of the characters survives or not. Just Google your history before you watch the movie, or do not. Yeah, it's great. So now I want to do more World War One history research. Still have to finish some documentaries on World War Two, but yeah, I'll get to World War One later probably. So number 2. Ford versus Ferrari. So like the last 3 movies came at a time where like it was like September. I think saw it at the time. And I saw like, some of these trailers coming in, and like it piqued my interest of like wanting to see it, and like doing like research about. I'm gonna go back to like 1917 for a little bit because like, the featurette got me really interested in it too. So yeah, a lot of things happened in September that made me want to go see these movies. So and then I did, and I enjoyed all of it. And like Ford vs Ferrari is like it's like the most intense movie for cars I've ever seen, more than the movie Cars. Like you don't know what's going to explode and what's not going to explode. It's like I'm probably also gonna get into NASCAR because like I like the cars going by. It's very still intense. So like because like when you watch NASCAR, you like the cars just explode. Some of them and like it's like very tragic. Like also like Formula One as well. Like just these tight corners and like the engine, the cars are just going like whatever miles an hour, and like you don't know if it's going to explode. And then when a car explodes, it explodes, and it's like what? I do not want this to happen to the character that we're following. If you know the history, because this is a reenactment of something that happened in real history in the 1960s with Ford wanting to like beat Ferrari in racing, and great performances from Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Like I think Ben Affleck is also nominated because I think after like I saw the movie, I saw like some like nominations for like something about it. I don't know what it was, but I hope Ben Affleck gets the award for his performance. Like that was like really good. Like okay, so like the 2 performers I really like this year are Ben Affleck. No, not Ben Affleck. Christian Bale! I said Ben Affleck. What is wrong with me? Oh my god. I said the wrong Batman! Christian Bale! Did I say Christian Bale? I said I remember saying Ben Affleck, but did I say Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? Because they're friends. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. What is happening? So yeah, like Matt Damon and Christian Bale are both great actors in the movie. I hope Christian Bale gets nominated or whatever. Oh God. So going back, so I was saying like Christian Bale and Scarlett Johansson from Jojo Rabbit. I think they were great supporting roles. Is Christian Bale a supporting role or is he a lead role? I don't really know because like we do full Matt Damon for a lot of the time, but then we get but Christian Bale is the driver for the movie. So I don't know which one's like. Is he supporting role or is he lead role? But I think Scarlett Johansson might be best supporting role, maybe. And also, she could also win Best Supporting Role for Marriage Story because I think she would really get in that movie. Same with Adam Driver. I hope he gets nominated or whatever. I haven't seen anything yet, but I guess I'll check it out later. Yeah, but like Ford vs Ferrari is so intensely good. Yeah, but everyone is good in this movie. That's why I love it so much. This is like Ford vs Ferrari is like probably like, without franchises. Well, the only movie that's in the front for this is the franchise. But this would, if I take out all the franchises, this movie would be number one. So speaking of number one, Avengers Endgame. Yes, this is the movie that is excitement, enjoyment in your blood, which I hope another movie was doing that for me, but it did not do the thing it did it. I was, before that other movie was, I was contemplating which, because I was expecting that movie to be number one, but it was this movie, so I was expecting, because this is pre-Rise of Skywalker me, speculating what should be my number two, Avengers Endgame or Ford vs Ferrari. But it's, we know the result of that. It came on my sad list, my sad mentions. But Avengers Endgame should have been the movie that Rise of Skywalker should have been. I'm going to describe it and also complain about Rise of Skywalker a little bit. This movie is suspenseful. It's tearful. It makes you have emotions, your excitement, your love for the franchise. That's what it should have been, and it was. This is a love letter to the fans. It's exciting. It's romance. It's epic. Ugh. It's like eating a good burger. I love it. I was hoping to feel that feeling twice in 2019, but I only felt it once. And that's why I really like Avengers Endgame, because it gives me that feeling of enjoyment, that teary moment for me. I love this movie. I just want to give it a hug. I just wish I felt like it with Rise of Skywalker. I just wish I felt like that with Rise of Skywalker. I love you 3000. That's the slogan of the movie. Or the aftermath slogan of the movie. Well, the pre-slogan of the movie is whatever it takes. So, what did you think of my list for the 2019? What's your list? Do you have a list, or do you just all the big budget movies or movies I recommended to you? I don't know. Please comment down below, give me a like, it helps me out, and subscribe for more. I've been everyone, and see you later, moviegoers.